Andrew Marvell was an English metaphysical poet, satirist, and politician. He was born on 31st March 1621 in Wynstead, United Kingdom. He was died on 16th August 1678 at the age of 57 years in London, United Kingdom. His famous works are To His Choir Mistress, Upon Appleton House, The Garden. Love and death are the main themes in his poem. To His Choir Mistress, this poem is written in early 1650s and published posthumously in 1681. To His Choir Mistress is a metaphysical poem written by the English author and politician Andrew Marvell. It is considered one of Marvell's finest and is possibly the best recognized carpe diem poem in English. The poem is spoken by a male lover to his female beloved as an attempt to convince her to sleep with him. The speaker argues that the lady's shyness and hesitancy would be acceptable if the two had word enough time. But because they are finite human beings, he thinks they should take advantage of their sensual embodiment while it lasts. He tells the lady that her beauty as well as her long preserved virginity will only become food for worms unless she gives herself to him while she lives. Rather than preserving Rather than preserve any lofty ideals of chastity and virtue, the speaker affirms the lovers ought to roll all our strength and all our sweetness up into one ball. He is alluding to their physical bodies coming together in the act of love making. Marvell wrote this poem in the classical tradition of a Latin love elegy in which the speaker praises his mistress or lover through the motif of carpe diem or seize the day. The poem also reflects the tradition of the erotic bludgeon, in which a poet constructs elaborate images of his lover's beauty by carving her beauty into parts. It, its verse form consists of rhymed couplets in iambic tetrameter proceeding as AA, BB, CC, and so forth. The speaker begins by constructing a thorough and elaborate conceit of the many things he would do to honor the lady properly. The two lovers indeed had enough time. He claims he could love her from 10 years before the biblical flood narrated in the book of Genesis, while the lady could refuse his advances up until the conversion of the Jews, which refers to the day of Christian judgment prophesied for the ends of time in the New Testament book of Revelations. The speaker then uses the metaphor of a vegetable love to suggest a slow and steady growth that might increase to vast proportions, perhaps encoding a phallic suggestion. This would allow him to praise his lady's features, eyes, forehead, breast, and heart in increments of hundreds and even thousands of years, which he says that the lady clearly deserves due to her superior stature. He asserts the lady that he would never value her at a lower rate than she deserves, at least in an ideal world where time is unlimited. Marvell praises the lady's beauty by complimenting her individual features using a device called. He also invokes the influential techniques of 15th and 16th century patriarchal love poetry. Petrarchan poetry is based upon ratifying and distancing the female beloved, making her into an unattainable object. In this poem, though the speaker only uses these devices to suggest that distancing himself from his lover is mindless because they don't have the limitless time necessary for the speaker to praise the lady sufficiently. He therefore constructs this poem only to assert its futility. Once dead, he assures the lady her virtues and her beauty will lie in the grave along with her body as it turns to dust and his lust being reduced to ashes. He compares the lady's skin to a vibrant layer of morning dew that is animated by the fires of her soul and encourages her time devotes all things, the speaker acknowledges, but he nonetheless asserts that the two of them can in fact turn the tables on time. They can become amorous birds of prey that actively consume the time they have. If human life were not limited by space and time, the beloved's coyness would not harm the lover and the beloved. They would sit and plan how to pass their long time. The beloved would be by the side of the Indian Ganges and lover by the side of the Humber in England. She could refuse him as long as she pleased. His love would grow larger slowly. He would praise every part of her body, spending a lot of time because she is so beautiful and his love is so deep. But the poet, the lover, is followed by endless thoughts of the ever nearing chariot whose wheels are always audible. There is no space from the life and the laws of time. In front of him, there is the stillness, the barrenness of the eternity. Time makes her old and she will die. Then she will no longer be beautiful. Her dead body will be eaten by the worms. Her honor will turn into dust and his lust will pass away. Although she will be in her private place in the grave, yet nobody will embrace her there. Therefore, when she is young, beautiful, active, they should amuse each other. Instead of acting slowly, they should act quickly. They should gather all their strength and sweetness. They should fight to get pleasure. Although they cannot stop the time, they will enjoy while it is passing. The speaker in his to his choir mistress had expressed his tender feelings of love to his choir mistress. He inspires us to enjoy love as long as we live in this world. The poet has compared his love to vegetable in respect of quick growth. As vegetable grows quickly, so he wishes that his love with his choir mistress should grow and develop vaster than empires. He won't like to praise her eyes and forehead for 100 years. He would feel pleasure in enjoying her each breast for 200 years, and for the rest part of her body, he would be praising her for 30,000 years. He would regret her as a body of higher rate, not of lower rates. So he encourages her to taste the pleasure of love without any delay and without the feeling of shame and hesitation. The poet means to say that we should enjoy love within the limited time. The lifetime of a man is very short. In this short life, a person should enjoy his life with his love partner. He prefers to pass some time by the side of the river Ganga. He would like to nourish her love till 10 years before the destruction of the world by flood, though his beloved may refuse it even before the prophecy of destruction of the Jews.